Hello everyone and welcome. Today I have my Hella Handmade Creations haul from May to share with you. Hella Handmade Creations is a monthly pre-order site where each month the items offered are new and only available for that month. A lot of times items are capped, which means there are only a limited amount of items available. So it kind of is a fun way to shop for some exclusive items to add to your collection. As I mentioned, most items do come only one time in the shop. There are a couple different exceptions. Sometimes a polish is reoffered as an encore polish to have a second chance at being offered, and sometimes there are overstock polishes that were made for a month and there are just some left over. This month I did grab 2 from May's pre-order as well as 3 overstock polishes from January. So with all that being said, I will leave more information about Hella Handmade Creations down in the description for you, but let's jump into these beautiful polishes. This first one is actually my first ever Cleonod Cosmetics polish. This is a beautiful flaky balm with some like salmon pink shifty flakes as well as some metallic blue shards and flakes. This is in kind of a salmony pink jelly type of base, and this one I feel like will make a beautiful topper as well as a full coverage polish. I have 3 polishes here today that I feel like will make great toppers, and I will show you that. This polish is called Ham, and this one was one that did release for May. This one is really pretty with some hollow flake in there as well, which I guess I didn't notice before with all the other color shift from the other flakies, but this one did build up beautifully in 3 coats on its own, and let me show you it as a topper. These are the polishes I'll be using as base colors to try our polishes as toppers. I have Olive and June, Cozy Up. I have Juleps Tenea. I have Olive and June, Honest and True. I have this Sally Hansen Hard as Nails in white tip, as well as a standard black polish. This is from Heaven Nail Lacquer, which was a 90s brand that is now nowhere to be found, but this is their black polish. Definitely an interesting, unexpected combo over the red polish. This one I actually like a little bit better than the yellow combo, which I thought was going to be really cute. It does look really nice, but the pink flakes completely meld in with the yellow polish and you don't really see them anymore. I do really like it over the blue polish. I feel like the pink flakes become really ghostly and they kind of appear and disappear, and you get the blue-green kind of hint from these flakies in extreme angles, which is pretty fun. And then over white, I was really surprised to see how much you really see that jelly salmon base. It kind of tints the white polish and makes it more of a pink color. And then over the black, you get the most out of all of those flakies and elements. Really beautiful, and I think this one does make a beautiful topper. Next up, I have a Rogue Lacquer here. This is such a beautiful flaky balm. This is a black, gold, and red with scattered hollow flake type of flaky balm, and this one is called Captain. This one was also from May's pre-order, and this one is based off of Captain Hook. This is definitely an extremely thick formula as far as the flakies go. It is very dense. I almost left this in 1 coat, but decided to give it the full 2-coat feel. I feel like this is too thick to use as a topper unless you want to thin it, which for me, I don't. I think this is a beautiful polish on its own. And this one is shown in 2 coats. Really beautiful foiled flaky effect. And this next one brings us into our overstock polishes. These are all now from January. This one is from 1422 Designs, and this is such a bright, like fuchsia, pinky purple, magenta type of color. This does have this really pretty golden shimmer, and there's also some hollow flakes within this one. Really, really beautiful. This one is called Have You Heard the Word Is Love, and this was a Beatles polish. This was another one I felt was really opaque and probably would not do so well as a topper. It was really thick in 1 coat, and I just went in for that 2nd coat to give it that full manicure feel, and that finished off the opacity really nicely in 2 coats. I love the way the hollow flakes kind of catch the light and they kind of look white at the right angle. It's kind of a different look for those flakes, and it looks really nice with the shimmer. I will say all of the swatch photos of this had me thinking it would be a bright hot pink, and it is more of a fuchsia or magenta color. So we shall see how I end up liking this one, but this was a nice 2-coat formula. This next one's another overstock from January. This is so beautiful. This is like a silver hollow type of polish. It is a linear hollow as well as a scattered hollow, and it does have hollow flakes. This also has this gorgeous pink to gold shimmery goodness inside of there. So this is a very busy polish and it comes together so beautifully. This one is by Phoenix and this is called UR, and this one is also from January's overstock. This really is such a beautiful polish. I did go ahead and build this up in 3 coats with all of those beautiful buildable elements. It did take the 3 coats for full opacity, but with that shimmer, totally worth it. This is absolutely gorgeous, and this is soon to be one of my favorite silver polishes. This is absolutely stunning, and I can't get over it. It looks like sunset reflecting on water with all of those sparkly twinkles. So beautiful. And this is another one I love as a topper. Over this red, it's an absolutely stunning combo, and I can't wait to wear that for fall. So pretty with that sunny, bright shimmer and all of those rainbow particles. Over yellow, that really warm shimmer just kind of blends into the base of that polish, and this definitely looks like one polish. Really nice. I really love this as a topper. I think it looks good over every color, and you really get to see the 2 different types of hollow when it is used as a topper. Over blue, it kind of gives that watery effect again. That shimmer gives a really nice contrast, and those particles almost look blue over a blue polish, so that's kind of interesting how the particles can transform. Over a white, it gives a very unicorn style glow. It gives a slight iridescent look, and then it has those hollow sparkles. I feel like against the white, the hollow does dull a little bit, but I do like the way this looks. Again, very unicorn-like. And then over black, of course, you get that really strong shifting shimmer, and all those particles come out at their best rainbow over black, in my opinion, but it does look really beautiful over all the colors. And last but not least, we have a buildable sheer topper here by M&N Indie Polish. This is called Millennial, and this is also our last one from January. This has some beautiful aquatic shifting flakes, as well as this does have some reflective glitter, so some nice silver sparkle to add a little something extra. And this is in like a red jelly base. To me, this is definitely looking a little more pink or like a pastel red more than a vibrant red. This is what it looks like built up in 4 coats. I did not want to keep building it beyond that. So this definitely is more of a true topper unless you like a jelly look. In the swatch photos, it looks very different than this. It looks much more opaque and much more of a bright, vivid red. So in that way, I'm a little bit disappointed, honestly, but I do like the tone of this polish, and I feel like if I were to layer it over a similar red as to what the polish looks like in the photo, then I could achieve a similar look. So in the way that it may not be as opaque, it might be a good thing on my end because I can use it a lot more ways. So we shall see. But I did build it up here in 4 coats, and that is kind of how it looks. I did try it over this red, and I feel like this is a much darker red. It's much more bricky overall than the other red, or how it looks in the swatch photo. So I will see if I can kind of play around with that and find a good combo, but it definitely doesn't look bad over this darker polish. Over the yellow, they kind of disappear and become very ghostly. That pink side or the orange side is kind of where they lie over these really bright colors like this, and then they kind of ghostly appear and disappear in the lighting. On the blue, you get a little bit of both. You get both sides of the color flip, which is kind of fun, and you get the reverse color flip as well. So that's really cool. And you get both looks from the flakies at the same time, which is different than the other polishes we've tried it over. It kind of similarly works with the white, surprisingly enough. The colors are a little bit more inverted and you get the yellow a little bit stronger than the blue over the white, but it is still cool nonetheless. It's kind of an Eastery feel over the white, and then over the black, it's all green and blue. Super deep, super dark, and it gives such a cool look, kind of like crystals trapped in a mine. And here are all the iterations of that polish being used as a topper. I really love this little reflective flare. It just gives something extra. I really like the dark red and black combos the most, but I could definitely see the attraction for these ones. The yellow is probably my least favorite. It does the least as far as the transformative effect, so I definitely like the more extreme effects that I'm getting from these toppers, or polishes I should say, because only this one was a true topper. I love when you can get a bunch of looks out of polishes. I just think that that is so fun, and I was really pleased with the 3 that I tried here today. But that was my HHC haul for May 2024. Do you shop HHC? If so, what did you grab for May? I'm super curious. There were definitely a lot of beautiful goodies. I personally really had to cut back my wish list. There were definitely a lot of goodies piquing my interest, but super happy with everything that I ended up with and can't wait to try these new polishes. But that about wraps it up for this one, and I hope to see you in the next one. And until next time, friends, thanks so much for hanging with me.